Hey YouTube, today I'm going to do a little video showing something I do to all my guns, and that's the frog lube. This is the Ruger LCP. It's new. I've shot 100 rounds through it. I'm going to frog lube it today. I got it tore apart. Got my guide rod, my springs. This is the takedown pin. Now, I'm not going to do anything to the frame. I'm not going to do anything to the spring. Well, you can do this takedown pin. It's not really necessary. But the first step you're going to want to do is to clean it and get all the oil off of it. You can use alcohol. I'm using Simple Green. But any kind of degreaser, you want to get all the old oil and grease off of it before you frog lube it. And that's step one. Now, I like this frog lube, and once you lube the gun with it, it really makes it easier to clean. It protects it, and it helps it function better as well. But oil is good. It's good to oil your guns and keep them clean. But this frog lube, it's really good stuff, and I really like it. And I bought this little 4-ounce jar of it for, I don't know, it wasn't much. I think it was $15 or $20, and I've done several guns, and I ain't even used hardly any of it. So you shouldn't have to buy it but one time, and that'll probably do 50 guns. I don't know. It'll do a bunch, I guarantee you that. But I'm gonna clean inside the barrel. I guess it'd help if I put my stuff on the camera so you can see. But I'm just using Simple Green straight. And like I said, you can use alcohol. I couldn't find my alcohol, so I'm getting the inside of the barrel. Got my homemade patches here. I couldn't even find my patches in my basement. It's such a dumpster. But I frog lube all my guns. I still got a couple that I need to do. I got my Remington R1. I'll go on and do it. I've done the Glock 43 and the Ruger that I showed in my videos. But that's about it. You get it cleaned off. You can tell it's clean. There's no oil on it. So that's step one. Step two is to get yourself a hair dryer. I happen to have a heat gun. A hair dryer works fine. A hair dryer probably works better because you can get it too hot with this heat gun if you don't watch it. So you're just going to get everything hot. This won't take but a minute. Just be careful, especially if you're using a heat gun, because these get really, really hot, really fast. I prefer a hair dryer. I had a hair dryer and I burned it up. I've already went through a couple of cheap old hair dryers, so I'll just go on and use the heat gun. Just be careful. Don't get carried away. You're going to get it hot enough where you probably ain't going to want to touch it. But you're not going to get it hot enough to hurt it if you do it right. Or you could just blow it off into the floor like a moron. It don't take long with this heat gun. It don't take long at all. Alright, I got everything hot. You're just gonna get you a little brush. Yeah, that's good and hot. And as soon as you start brushing it on, it's gonna start melting. Now on a black gun like a Glock, it's quite a bit easier to see what you've done and what you ain't. This stainless, it don't show up as good. But make sure you get it all covered inside and out. It don't take a lot. Once you start putting it on there and it's hot, it starts melting. And it'll melt down. You don't want to just get absolutely nuts with it. It don't take a lot. And I got it good and hot. I'm going to tell you that right now. I got it good and hot. But I really like the frog lube. It's a good way to protect your guns. And I've been using it. I think I seen Pete from the Armory channel using it. And that's hot. That's really hot. But it takes a little while, but it ain't that bad. Now once you get it on there, you're gonna have to let it sit and cool off for, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes, an hour, whatever. Let it cool down. And this is supposed to, this heat is supposed to let this soak into the metal. You heat up metal, it expands a little. So this is going to let it soak in. When it cools off, it should be, I'm going to tell you, I didn't almost get that too hot. Now, on this barrel inside, I'm going to go on and use the towel, a homemade patch, if you will. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the patch on both sides. It don't take much. It don't take as much as I'm using. Pick up this barrel without burning myself and run it through there. And that's pretty much all it needs inside that barrel. So I got everything coated good. Now I'm just going to let it cool off and it'll dry. And then you can come back with a microfiber towel and wipe it off. And that's pretty much all you need to do. They say after you do this 2 or 3 times that you don't have to do it anymore. I've never done one 3 times. I've got a few of them that I've treated twice. Now, keep your heat gun away from your polymer frame. Don't even go near that with a heat gun. Now, if you buy the kit, it comes with the paste as well as the liquid. But I mainly use the paste. What I found I use this liquid for, it's like a gun I'm storing. I'll just put it on there cold. On a shotgun or something like that, I'll go on and just put that on there cold, and it'll protect it while it's sitting in the safe. But you don't want to heat up this polymer frame. So I'm just going to clean it with the simple green, and I'll put some of the frog lube on it cold. Now I don't want to risk damaging this with heat, and it won't take long. Now I prefer a hair dryer, and I suggest using a hair dryer. Like I said, I've went through a couple of cheapo hair dryers, and I had the heat gun for other things, so I've just been using it. But you gotta really watch that heat gun. It'll do some damage. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on these rails. I ain't gonna get carried away with the frame. And I'm not sure how good that's going. Well, I just said I wasn't going to get carried away. Looks like I am. Now you could use this liquid for these rails. Might end up working out better. And this stuff don't smell. You could do this upstairs without getting run out of the house because it has no chemical smell. It has more of a mint, I guess, smell. It don't smell bad, so you could do this upstairs in your living room without offending anybody. But I'll get these rails covered, and they're cold, but I'm just going to cover them with the liquid, let it set. Now I'm going to let this set for probably an hour, and you come back, it'll be kind of tacky and sticky. And then you just wipe it off with a microfiber cloth, and that's pretty much all there is to it. And it really helps. And I have nothing really, no negatives that I've heard anybody that's used it, except for maybe it's time consuming, but that's not a problem. I don't mind taking the time to take care of something that could save my life. So the frog lube, if you're just going to get one, I think I bought a kit that had the paste and the liquid, but this is really all you need is the paste. The kit will come with a microfiber towel, which you can buy anywhere. And then it'll also come with a brush that you can buy anywhere. You can use any kind of little brush. These are little acid brushes. You can pick them up anywhere, or any kind of brush for that matter. But get you a can. This is 4 ounces. I'm not sure what that would cost. It's less than 20 bucks, and it'll do a whole lot of guns. I've probably done at least 10 or 12 guns with it a couple of times, and you can see that's all I've used. I ain't used a quarter of it. But if you want to take care of your guns and don't mind putting a little time and effort into something, this is the way to go, especially if you're storing them for long periods of time, because that thin, cheap oil you buy will dry up on you. If you want something quick, I'd go with the ballast style. It'll stay on a lot longer than just your regular old gun oil. But don't clean it with this before you frog lube it. You want to get everything off of it when you frog lube it. Use alcohol or simple green. Get it clean, warm it up, put it on there, let it dry, wipe it off, and protect your gun. Maybe it'll pay you back one day. But that's all I got, just a little video about the frog lube. Thanks for watching.